News at 5 with your award-winning news team, Lynn Brooks, Terry Brewer, weather with Richard Scott, and sports with Gary Harris.
It's turned out to be a beautiful day across West Alabama. What can we expect for the rest of the week and the weekend? I'll tell you coming up at Home Team Weather.
Plus, we've got the details on a gas leak in downtown Tuscaloosa. Also, about 1 in every 6 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. Today, we're focusing on men's health with an expert live in our studios to talk about prostate cancer. We're glad you're with us tonight. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Terry Brewer. Emergency crews have been in downtown Tuscaloosa much of the day because of a gas line rupture.
That's right. It happened at a construction site near the new Jim and Nick's restaurant on 21st Avenue. Details now in tonight's top story. Tuscaloosa Fire Rescue Chief Alan Martin told us construction workers accidentally hit the pipe. Alagasco also came onto the scene to look at the broken gas line. Martin says it took about an hour to contain. Tuscaloosa police closed the road between University Boulevard and Jack Warner Parkway. There were no injuries, but Fire Chief Martin told us as construction continues, workers constantly have to be aware of the dangers.
Anytime you have a gas leak like this in a high pressure main, that gas is escaping at obviously very high pressure. So there are dangers from open flames, obviously. You don't want any open flames around. Also, the tremendous pressure could injure someone if they got too close to that.
Jim and Nick's told WVUA they are back open and ready for business as usual.
The Super 6 High School Football Championship draws thousands of fans to the host city, which in turn gives local businesses a chance for a boost in revenue. That's why Tuscaloosa leaders are working to keep it in Tuscaloosa. The Super 6 High School Football Championships will stay in Bryant-Denny Stadium and Jordan-Hare Stadium for another 3 years each this decade, pending funding approval from local governments. Tuscaloosa Tourism and Sports Commission's Don Staley, along with local businesses, all say it's great for revenue.
It means a lot, you know. It gives everybody, every business, hotels, restaurants, all of them, gives them a lot more business.
We got the families coming in, and at night as well, you know, the people that want to go out afterwards and, you know, have a good time, celebrate. It definitely brings in a night crowd as well.
They're still spending money in your hotels. They're still spending money in your restaurants. You even have teams that are going to spend an extra night so that they can walk around the campus.
Staley says the next step will be getting the county commission's backing before going to the State High School Athletic Association for final approval.
On your Crime Watch tonight, the search is over for a triple murder suspect in Auburn. After 3 days on the run, Desmonte Leonard turned himself in to authorities in Montgomery Monday night. Leonard had been on the run since Saturday. Authorities say he opened fire at a pool party in Auburn and 3 people died. 2 of the victims were former Auburn football players. Leonard has been charged with 3 counts of capital murder and 2 counts of assault. Investigators say they believe the pressure of being on the run finally got to Leonard. Leonard's attorney, Susan James, said, quote, "When the full story is told, it may sound different than the perception now." After Leonard turned himself in, Auburn Police Chief Tommy Dawson had a message for the victims' families.
I want to speak directly to the families of all of our victims tonight. Tell you once again, I'm sorry for what happened. You continue to be in our prayers and our thoughts daily, and you will continue. You'll always be in our prayers and thoughts.
A candlelight vigil is being planned at Auburn University in memory of the 3 who died. Details are still being worked out.
This time of the year is often when new deer are born, and according to wildlife officials, a big problem they see this time of year is people keeping the fawns as pets. Owner of Tyner Wildlife Rehabilitation Center, Jimmy Tyner, has been taking care of fawns since 1994. Tyner is encouraging people to leave fawns in their habitat. He says keeping fawns as pets is illegal in Alabama, and caring for them should be left to the experts. Tyner says the only time a fawn should be removed from the woods is if it is injured or is an orphan, like the fawn he has at his center right now.
It's okay to pet him and all that, but don't rub your face.
It was definitely orphan because the mother puts them in a certain spot, and she comes and feeds them about 3 times a day, and they will not move from that spot unless they're just starving to death, and you know, and then they'll come out, and if they'll follow people around or whatever, just looking for somebody to help them.
For more information on injured or orphan fawns, you can call the Tyner Wildlife Rehabilitation Center, 205-349-0196, or the Tuscaloosa County Game Warden, 205-339-3939.
On your Health Watch tonight, an alarming statistic about teens and obesity. Alabama high school students scored highest for obesity, soda consumption, and inactivity. That was in a recent study conducted by the Centers for Disease Control. Tuscaloosa County Child Nutrition Director Stanley Horde says the system is working hard to change that statistic and says schools have increased the number of fresh fruits and vegetables for children in their lunchrooms. But he also says parents can help by encouraging their kids to eat healthier and exercise more.
On your Crime Watch, how you can help fight crime. You could be the missing link of information law enforcement needs to catch a suspect. Here is this week's Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted.
Hello, my name's Ted Sexton, the Sheriff of Tuscaloosa County. We need your help this week in finding more of Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted. On the charge of sodomy in the first degree. He's a black male, 20 years of age, 5'11", 160 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, last known to be living on 5th Court in Tuscaloosa. James Kyle Helton, wanted on fugitive warrants for unlawful manufacturing of controlled substance in the first degree and other charges. He's a white male, 41 years of age, 5'9", 114 pounds, with blonde hair, hazel eyes, and last known to be living on Loren Lane in Brookwood. Emily Bennett is wanted on charge of theft of property in the first degree and other charges. She's a black female, 47 years of age. She's 5'4", 192 pounds, with brown hair and green eyes. She's last known to be living on Oak Arbor Way in Buell. If you have any information on these as well as others wanted by the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office, please call us at 205-464-8672 or go to our website at www.tcsoal.org. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And working together, we'll continue to make Tuscaloosa County a safer place to live.
Another University of Alabama group is bringing national attention to Tuscaloosa. UA's ad team just captured 2nd place in the National Student Advertising Competition. The team beat out 8 other Southeastern competitors in the American Advertising Federation's competition regional round in Nashville. Then at Nationals, every team was given the same case study of the car company Nissan. The idea was to attract the most customers to the brand in creative ways. Student project member Myreet Wolford told us that overall the competition was a great opportunity.
It was a great experience. It was a good project, and we learned a lot more than we would in just a regular campaigns class. We learned what actually happens in the real world.
The UA advertising team has had great success with this competition over the past decade. Congrats to them. Also, Alabama Public Radio, based at the University of Alabama, is the recipient of a national award for journalism. APR is this year's winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Small Market Radio. The Murrow Award is one of the top awards in journalism. APR's news director says it's an honor to be recognized along with national news organizations. National award winners will be honored in New York City in October. WVUA is also proud to report that our news organization was honored with 3 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards for this year for the April 27th documentary, Faces of the Storm. Plus, about